tree. Wagwan, welcome back to another wonderful episode of the Bourbon Jamaican. We got Chris, aka Dropping Nukes, Brady the Great, and we're on our budget bourbon kick, and we have some Stella budget bourbon that you can sip or drink regular. And I'm surprised with the Bardstown. I know they've changed the bottling a couple times, and I haven't seen one like that in a while.
Going into it, I know that a lot of people put that Wild Turkey 101 up against anything, so I'm excited to get into the old Bardstown and the old Forester because I haven't drank the old Bardstown. I've drank the old Forester. I obviously have 101 several different occasions, so I'm excited to see how this blind turns out. Tell us a little bit about it, Brady.
Start out with Wild Turkey 101. Yeah, I was gonna say it. So
we can splash the rye. We also have the rye on hand.
I've not had the rye. I might have to try that after. So we got Old Forester 100 proof. It's about a four-ish year bourbon, maybe a little bit older. Blended into it. The old Bardstown is bottled and bound out of Willet, and then the Wild Turkey 101 is a blend of 6 to 8 year. These are all from Kentucky. They're all 750 milliliters, and they're all about $20 to $25. The Wild Turkey, I think, is closer to 25. The Old Forester is about 23, and the Bardstown's about 20. So I'm very curious to see how this goes. I've only had a couple pours out of the old Bardstown. The Old Forester's been a favorite of mine lately, but Wild Turkey's always been my favorite. So I'm curious to see how this goes.
Yeah, that's my exact thoughts on it, guys. Like I've definitely had the 101. That's I'm originally from Southern Virginia, so I've had the 101 pretty much from the time that I turned 16 to now. The old Bardstown I haven't had, and the old Forester I've had once, so it's gonna be interesting how they stack up on my own palate.
You'll be able to tell that the glass one is the 101 like me, because that was one of my favorite. Just from the smell, you can tell
Citrus.
It's the 101.
I immediately get orange peel.
And then
I can tell you off the taste though.
What was a little insider that the old Foresters is the bourbon, the birthday barrel.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Apparently
It's the same mash bill.
Right, the same mash bill.
Yeah.
So they're saying it's like if you haven't had birthday barrel Old Foresters.
Everything Old Forester makes is the same mash bill except for the rye.
Yeah, glass one is 100% citrus. I'm ready to set that to the side and move on to glass two.
It's citrus and a little sour, which tells me what it is, but man, I love it. We just tried Buffalo Trace before this. Buffalo Trace is really sour. This is too, but I think what complements it is that citrus note. You get that citrus, and then it goes into like a brown sugar.
Yeah, glass two is kind of spicy.
I get a little bit of orange on glass two though.
I get some orange on the nose. I get a lot of brown sugar on the nose.
Yeah, I get orange, brown sugar, and a little dusty. Glass two is smoother than glass one.
It almost tastes a little more oak forward.
Yeah.
It's oaky. It's very sweet.
Good catch.
Good.
Safe.
It's I think both of these so far are pretty unique.
They're pretty much neck and neck. Glass two has that cellar age smell. Good old cellar age.
I don't know
It's
what
a little
that's about.
dusty. It's a
I
little.
haven't had cellar age. Just so you guys out there in YouTube knows.
He says that when he gets the dusty note.
The Jamaican over here, you know, he's got neighbors that allow him to drink the cellar age. I haven't been that blessed yet.
But
Brady here,
it's just going inside like a rick house and just getting that.
And I get a banana note.
Yeah.
I got a banana note earlier on our first
banana
little
on this. It ain't the 99 bananas. This one is pretty. It's not as hot as the other two. It's
that's delicious.
It's good, but it
Is it
doesn't last.
No, it's there. and it's gone.
The finish is really quick, but man, none of these, in my opinion, drink 100 proof. They all drink under the proof.
If you're a beginner, number 3 is what you want to start with. Whatever number 3 is, I don't know, guys. I really don't. I really don't know what glass 1 and glass 2 is either. But glass 3, whatever that is, I highly recommend that you offer to your friends out there that have never drank bourbon, because glass 3,
it's inviting.
It's extremely sweet, and I get like a little bit of a tobacco note on the end.
I'm surprised Chris didn't get that. He's been on a tobacco kick.
I didn't pick up that at all. Like, I didn't pick up
on the second sip, you'll definitely get it.
Going back to number 2, I'm getting banana on number 2 now, because I'm trying to figure out. I shouldn't be, but I was trying to figure out which one was the Old Forester, because it's pretty distinct to me.
I feel like I got mine.
I think I got mine too.
Man, I love glass number 2. Number 2, what I like about it is it's almost as sweet as glass 3, but it's so much more complex. It's a very easy beginner bottle for you to analyze tasting notes.
Yeah.
It's almost not to get off subject. I know we got a couple things to do this evening, guys, so we're kind of rushing things here, but have either one of you thought about picking up our aroma kit?
No.
Like just a base of, like I've seen different things.
You can do that to get like somebody can get like a cornhole pouch but have coffee beans in it, and you kind of just.
There's an actual kit out there that you can pick up, like the different like top variables of bourbon tasting and those notes. You know what I mean? So like I've seen them out there. I've also inquired in a bourbon journal. Because we've been coming at you now on the Bourbon Jamaican for about a year now, and Brady, obviously we don't call him Brady the Great for nothing. You know, I mean he has the highest integrity of bourbon tasting notes, but like myself, I'm trying to expand that variety of not only the nose but the palate itself, and I've tried some significant bourbons over the course of the last 2 to 3 years, but like there's several different notes that I don't get to pick up on because I don't really know what they smell like. That's why if you're a continuous follower of our page and somebody that's made it into the length of the video at this point now, you know that there's different notes that I just don't pick up on, and so I've really inquired in the past about inquiring in one of these aroma bourbon notes and kits and everything like that. So I didn't know, we've never talked about it off camera or on camera, so I was curious to what you guys thought about it.
That would be a good thing we can do like a video on that in the future.
One thing that really helped me when I first started, just to touch on it really quick, I did a tour at Woodford, and at the end they put these coasters on the top of your glasses, and when you flip them over there's a wheel on the back. A lot of people refer to it in other YouTube videos, but it says like is it blank, and it divides it into quarters. So then it's like, is it sweet, savory, citrus, spicy? If it's sweet, you go to that quarter of the pie, and then it channels down to, okay, is it chocolate, caramel, peanut, and then it helps you decipher what you're smelling,
right,
and what you're tasting. And then something else too that I thought was really interesting, I watched a live stream the other night from the Mash and Drum last week, and he said when he first started, Master Blender Nancy Fraley had told him, pour 1 ounce of a whiskey, and that's the only thing you drink for the first 2 weeks. And every time you smell it, write down what you smell, and every time you taste it, write down what you taste. and every 2 or 3 days, drink that same thing, 1 ounce, and do it over and over for 2 or 3 weeks. And by the time you get to that end of that 2 to 3 weeks, the amount of things you're smelling and tasting grows every time you taste it and smell
So that's
it.
what I'm getting at. Like for us, like we're not claiming to be experts to you guys
No,
by
not
any
at all.
means. Like at the end of the day, we enjoy bourbon. We enjoy sitting together with a couple friends, you know what I mean, and just bouncing ideas off each other. So like at the end of the day, like is it worth getting into an educational video, right? Like is it worth it buying an aroma kit and doing those type of things in order to present better content? Because do you know your mash bill? Brady knows his mash bill because we don't call him Brady the Great for nothing, right? He understands what his mash bill is.
Right.
When he goes out, he understands what 70% corn is, 30% barley, blah blah blah, right? I'm still exploring my palate. I'm still exploring what I enjoy, and I can't bring to the viewers out there in YouTube world, right? What exactly I enjoy on top of it. But I can tell you that by far in 2023, guys, the 2XO brand was my favorite. Brady disagrees. Sheldon disagrees, but that was my favorite. You know what I mean? And everybody's different. So like the fact that we're bringing you, you know, bottom of the shelf bourbon right now, and we all disagree about what our tasting notes was, what our nose was, but at the end of the day, we're still here just trying to give y'all a variety of what to go out there, because there's craft distilleries, there's distilleries that are the OG distilleries, you know, and there's so much out there right now, right, about what at the end of the day, what your hard work brings to the table, not only to provide for your family, but to provide something that you enjoy in it. And
I think that's the luxury of the blind tasting, because sometimes our palates align, sometimes it don't, and we all get
And I can
different
promise
hints.
they won't tonight.
We all got different hints. We get different hints and different smells and different tastes. So for each of us to get something different, or sometimes we get it all the same, we're at least being able to just put it out there on the table, because everybody palate changes, or everybody, depending on, you might eat something earlier today that could completely change your palate, and then somebody else could have a different taste bud, or their taste bud is different than yours.
So with that being said, guys, like just understand that we're all different. We all enjoy things differently, right? And so with that being said, my least favorite on the Wild Turkey, the old Bardstown and the Old Forester, right? My least favorite tonight in this lineup specifically is
What is that, glass 2?
Wild Turkey, one-on-one.
Mine is Old Forester.
My second, or
Your
I'm
least
sorry, my
favorite.
least favorite was the old Bardstown.
And mine was the Wild Turkey.
My second place was Wild Turkey.
My second place was Wild Turkey.
My second place was Old Forester.
And number 1 for me was Old Bardstown.
My number 1 was Old Forester.
Yeah, my number 1 was Old Bardstown.
So they lined up. I figured you guys would. That's actually hilarious, because glass 1 I said was really sour, which I always get on Wild Turkey. Glass 2 I said I loved. It was 1 and 2 for me were neck and neck.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I could pick the opposite. Today I picked the other. So it could go back and forth every day for me. So today I picked Old Forester, tomorrow I'd pick Wild Turkey. This weekend, I was loving the Wild Turkey. I had a couple pours of the Wild Turkey.
Yeah, something that you eat, you'd be surprised. Something that you eat can 100% change like your taste buds. So you could eat like a burger with an onion, and the onion, boom, just like that, your taste bud is gone to a different realm.
And then last note real quick before we close this. It's amazing what words do. Because I read this and it says Old Forester, and then I said this was sour earlier, and I thought it was Wild Turkey. And right now I'm smelling it, and the only thing I can smell is banana, because I know it's Old Forester.
Yeah. That's great.
That's
Well, you
why-
went back to it. You did say you smell a little bit.
That is why blinds are so important.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt. Like like we say, guys, like we're not here to be experts on bourbon or nothing like that. We're here to bring you raw entertainment, you know, raw, unfiltered reviews, and like it's just three guys getting together once a week and enjoying each other's company and bringing bottles together. So, you know, with that being said, if you made it this far in the video, show us some love in the comment section. Let us know where you're coming from, whether it's North Carolina, Virginia, Sweden. Y'all been showing us some love.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Across the pond, y'all been showing us some love. Like, just comment on the videos and let us know where you're coming from.
Yep.
We appreciate the support. We appreciate the love.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Yep. Let us know what your guys' favorite is out of these three, and what other